So fear is a natural and normal human emotion that is designed to protect us from danger. It's an emotion, it's a response to a perceived threat. Now, this is whether the threat is real or not, right? So obviously, if you are out there and you run into a tiger, right, that is a real threat. Or if you're at the edge of a cliff, you know, you're in a car and you're driving and you can't stop the car and the car is going towards the cliff, that is a real threat. So our bodies, our minds produce that fear response so that we can deal with that situation. That's a real threat. Now, because of the way we live, because of our lives right now, we find ourselves in situations that are not real threats, but we behave as though they're real threats. And this is because of a part of our brain called the amygdala. This is called the primitive brain or the lizard brain. You'll hear some people talk about it as, right? And it's commonly thought of as the place where emotions are regulated, and it helps us to experience those emotions. And it also is the core system for processing fearful and threatening stimuli. It's designed to protect us, the amygdala. Everybody say amygdala. So our lizard brain is always looking for stuff to protect, right? And so fear can manifest in our lives in many different ways. So physically, emotionally, in terms of our thoughts, and in terms of our behaviors. Right? So fear can go in all those places. So physically, when fear manifests itself, it can include things like I mentioned, right? So rapid heartbeat, we sweat, we swallow a lot, our mouth gets dry, we start to tremble, we feel hot or cold. So those are the body's way of preparing us, by the way, for what we call the fight or flight response. And this is triggering the release of hormones in the body. So when we feel fear, it's not just, oh, I'm afraid. There are physical things that are going on, right? Let's use that tiger, for example. So you see the tiger, so your eye sends a signal to the brain. The amygdala says, hey, we're afraid. And it sends signals to the adrenals. And the adrenals begin putting out cortisol and adrenaline. And those hormones have the effect of going to find energy for us to deal with that situation, right? Because we got to start running or we become tiger food. So those are physical manifestations of fear.